Hello everyone, and welcome back to Let's Play Discworld Noir. What have we got? Let's go look at the chalk outline. Oh, there we are. So yeah, the last episode we escaped from prison.
I couldn't think of a good reason to erase the chalk outline, other than the giddy thrill of vandalism. They'd put a chalk outline where Malachite had fallen. It really drove home how big that troll was.
He is pretty big. Anyway, let's go talk to Gable. Or Gobble.
Clark's Gable?
That's right.
I don't suppose you could talk a little more clearly.
Thing is, I have a gutter in my mouth. Have you ever tried to speak with a gutter in your mouth?
Have I ever tried to hick with a what?
A gutter. A gutter in your mouth.
Oh! With a gutter in my mouth.
Yes.
Sorry, I guess I haven't given much thought to the orally challenged.
That's okay. We're none of us perfect.
I heard you saw the murder that took place here the other night.
Sure did.
Mind if I ask you some questions about it?
Be my guest.
Sorry I missed that first bit of conversation there, but I'll go, I'll throw it up. So that we'll see what it said.
So you're a gargoyle, then?
What kind of a conversation opening do you call that, eh?
Don't you get bored being stuck in the same place for so long?
You get used to it. Mating is a bit of a pain.
You must be incredibly patient.
Oh, I always have plenty of things to think about.
Such as?
Well, like, is it raining? Or does...
Killings.
Doesn't that cloud look like a big
Oh,
cloud?
the fun never stops when you're up on the rooftops.
You said it.
Or killings. He's been murdering people again. You can do it.
How do gargoyles mate?
Very slowly.
You can move, though.
Course. How do you think I got here in the first place,
Then why don't you?
Look, I don't criticise you for running about like your brain would stop if your body stopped moving. So don't criticise me and my lifestyle, eh?
Sorry, I didn't mean to cause any offense.
That's okay. We're none of us perfect.
Okay, let's see. Have we got anything worth showing him out of the inventory? No, not really. Let's go straight to asking him some questions then. What have we got? Okay, it's murder.
Can you tell me what you saw the other night?
When the troll was killed, eh?
Has anything else interesting happened recently?
Well, I got a pigeon yesterday. That's a rarity. Mostly they steer clear of the rooftops that are colonised by gargoyles.
Putting that to one side, what did you see the other night?
Well, I can only tell you what I told the watch. I saw you and the big troll come up the ladder, only once you were on the roof, it was hard to make out what was going on because of the shadows. But I saw the troll get savaged repeatedly by some kind of creature, some kind of beast.
A beast?
Yeah, that's the best description I can give you.
Sounds interesting.
It's not much help, but thanks all the same
What for?
for getting me out of jail.
No problem. Glad I could help. If you could toss the odd pigeon up here next time they're passing, I'd be grateful, yeah.
I'm wondering if this game looks so horrible because I'm using a adapter to change the original signal to HDMI. But I don't know.
Is
This
there
looks
anything
horrible.
more you can tell me about this bestial attacker?
Nah, nothing springs to mind.
No. Anything else you might know? Go on. He's not going to know anything about that, is he? See you around then, Gable.
Do you mind if I come back if I have any more questions?
I'm not going anywhere.
Let's go. I don't know what to do now, really. Big beast, or whatever it said. Probably a thing. Let's go back to my base for now. That's always a good thing to do when I'm not really sure what I'm doing. Anything? Doesn't look like there's a note there today. Let's leave then. Who would want to know about this beast? Let's go to the Cafe Ankh. Failing anything here, I'll go to Pseudopolis Yard and ask... Oh, actually, I should talk to Sapphire. Because she set me up with what's a firma, and then she went mental. Well, not she, but something went mental. So, Mal, you're not going to know anything about bestial attacks. It's totally going to turn out that something else is actually what I've got to see now. But oh well. Oh, I've got the palace there now, by the way. Come on then. Let's ask Pseudopolo. Malala-clips might be a person that would be good to ask as well.
I need your help. Do you know anything about some kind of bestial attacker marking out a new gruesome
Stalking the street.
octogram? Give me a break, Luton. I don't know everything.
Well, we got a sneak peek into a bit more of an interesting conversation there, didn't we? What was that? A bestial thing I think that is the best glitch we've had in terms of the fact that the sentence actually still worked quite well. Come on, Malaclope.
I need your help again, Malaclips. I've heard that something bestial stalks the streets. A new gruesome octogram.
You'll have to be more specific than that. Why, in the sewers alone there's the albino...
Streets of
Alligators and ratkin and the abominable night soil.
And then there's some of the citizens. Why, in the
Forget
sewers
I
alone...
asked. Why is it being so crazy lately? It's really irritating.
Why was Malachite killed then?
He knew too much. He knew...
What?
Are we talking about the same Malachite?
Just ask him about the envelope. That's the only thing that I've not spoken to him about, I'm pretty sure.
Any reason you can think of why a person would keep an... Any reason you can think of why...
What is going on?
Just because it looks empty and the abominable...
Doesn't mean it is.
There could be a hyperspatial vortex in there, a link to some trans-dimensional cache.
Nope.
There could be a
I'm pretty sure it's just an empty envelope.
Oh. I don't know. Let's go ask Carlotta. I think there must be, like, load zones in conversations. Because most of the time these crazy things happen in the long conversations. Or the long dialogue bits, which would suggest that we're hitting a new load zone and it's getting confused and spouting out some rubbish from somewhere else. Sorry that it's getting worse as we go along. It started off kind of funny, now it's kind of irritating.
I needed to talk.
She might know. She knows. Shiz.
I told Carlotta when Malachite was murdered I would do
And Oscar would.
a service.
I happen to enjoy services.
I bet
She
I
was at
would
this
too.
Temple of Small
Why
Gods,
don't you
I think.
invite me to one?
I wouldn't be allowed to bring an unbeliever.
How do you know I'm an unbeliever?
I doubt you believe in anything.
A man can change. Don't you have a recruitment policy?
I've never heard of them. I'd rather not talk about religion. It's such a controversial subject.
It is getting slowly crazier. I don't know what I'm going to do if it gets so crazy that nothing
Have
ever
you
works.
seen anything strange around town recently?
What kind of strange?
A little birdie eater told me that Malachite was killed by something bestial.
A werewolf?
I don't think so. Whatever, it was vicious.
You don't think werewolves are vicious? You should hear my aunt talk about me behind my back.
I think whatever this thing is, it's more powerful than just a werewolf.
So I guess they're her family are werewolves then, not vampires. Let's try to count.
Who?
The count? Are you deaf? This might be a bit of a slow episode.
I've got...
Oh god, the count. He's the worst of all of the crazinesses.
Do you know anything about some kind of beast stalking the streets?
I'm sorry, but
Just leave without him saying goodbye, I don't care. Who would know? And I couldn't think of anything else to ask the guy. Oh, Warm might know something. Let's ask him. There's always a chance that Rodan might be useful, but it's pretty unlikely. Oh, it would be nice for Rodan to know that Malachite is dead, I guess. We'll try Warb, and if that doesn't get us anywhere, we'll go talk to Rodan. Oh, I still need to talk to Kesha, otherwise known as Sapphire. Shut up.
Luton.
I've heard there's some kind of monster loose on the city. You wouldn't know anything about that, would you?
Why? Why would you think that?
You've got contacts in Unseen. I reckon they must know all about the demons and creatures loose in the city.
Oh. Oh, I see. No, I don't know anything about that.
Likely story. Let's go. I've got that bracelet and that envelope, which don't really seem to do anything. Oh, I know I can give the bracelet to Warb eventually, but I don't know what I'm doing with that envelope. Let's go talk to Rodan. Assuming he's back. Nope. Let's ask, I keep forgetting to talk to Sapphire. Let's go see, not Manaclips, Mooncalf. Cow, space, cow. Cow, space, cow. That well-known thing. Okay, Mooncalf, bring it on.
I have some more questions. Ask them, if you must. I've heard that a bestial creature stalks the streets of Ankh-Morpork.
Indeed. Oh, perhaps the apocalypse is already upon us.
The apocalypse?
The end of the world. The triumph of the ice giants. The tea time of the gods. The time when the creatures from the dungeon dimensions will break into the world again. Well, allegedly. The legends are as unreliable on this as they are on most things, hence the name. It's not too late to repent and join the ranks of the faithful.
I'll pass if it's all the same with you.
Let's ask him about Malachite's murder.
I asked Mooncalf where he was when the murder took place, and he told me he was holding a sermon.
Fair enough. I don't know. The music in here seems to be pretty glitchy. Do but boo but dup should be happening in there, but nope. Oh. Come on then. Oh, she's not here.
It all looked like junk to me. Sapphire had a collection of Troll cosmetics. A granite filing stone, some colored sand, and various bottles. The mirror was a sad indictment of Sapphire's misconception that there was something glamorous about her job.
Fair enough. I'm so lost then, I don't know what I'm doing. Wait. If I go to the palace now, I think I might be able to meet new people. Now that I think about it, I've been wasting my life running around town when all I had to do was go to the new location. Yeah, hopefully they'll do good things for me.
Shouldn't you have stopped me by now?
What?
What do you mean?
Well, I'm practically into the palace itself, and you haven't even asked who I am.
We can already tell you aren't important.
Not important? I might be a foreign spy.
Accent's too clean for that. I'd say you were born here in Ankh-Morpork.
How can you tell?
Accents. He knows them all.
Ah, hidden talents, eh?
We're guards. All our talents are hidden.
So, you're members of the illustrious palace guards, are you?
Illustrious. Do you know what it means to be a palace guard? We're arrow fodder. If anyone with half-decent skills breaks into the palace, you'll be picking our limbs out of the tapestries.
So why do you do it?
It beats being in the city watch.
And the uniforms are much nicer, too. You used to be in the City Watch, didn't you?
You can tell that from my accent.
Would I lie to you?
So, you're an expert on accents.
Oh, yeah. I can tell all sorts of things about you.
Oh, yeah? Like what?
From the stress in your voice, I'd say you experienced a major emotional event about 8 years ago. You like to drink, but if you're not careful, you drink to excess. And you like whiskey.
That really is incredible. Anything else?
That's about it.
You didn't say which part of the city I was born in.
No. That's trickier.
You can tell that I drink whiskey from my accent, but you can't tell which part of the city I was born in.
Well, it comes and goes.
You don't know anything about accents, do you?
Of course he doesn't. He just has a good memory.
You were in the bucket a couple of years ago. You were probably too drunk to remember it.
A couple of years ago, I was too drunk to remember anything. So if you don't know anything about accents, how do you know I'm not a threat to the palace?
If you knew what it was we were guarding, you'd understand.
Oh. Let's finish talking to these dudes and then we'll call it an episode.
Is
Or
it
at least
really
finish
that
doing these
dangerous
bits.
working for the palace?
Oh, yeah. Our lives could come to a bloody end at any moment.
He's lying, of course. He's always lying. No enemies have ever entered Ankh-Morpork since it was founded.
What about the dwarf attack in the reign of Veltric II? Or the barbarian invasion in the time of Webblethorpe the Unconscious?
Well, of course, technically, we've been invaded quite frequently, but... you know how it is. The guys arrive, they meet a nice local girl, and anyway their leaders suddenly don't want all the big houses burned down because now they own them, and they find sleeping on real beds is a treat after all that time in the saddle. And what with one thing and another, it all ends peacefully.
In other words, you don't have much to do.
Well, there's a lot of standing around to do. But it's not like the golden age of the kings of Ankh.
The Golden Age?
Well, it was a time long enough ago that no one can remember how wretched it was.
What is it you're guarding?
Every way into and out of the palace has to be guarded, and we guard one of those.
That's a little vague.
We guard the vital export of post-palatial merchandise.
We guard the trash heap.
That's what I said, wasn't it?
Where is it?
The trash heap? It's around the corner.
But don't steal anything. That's palace garbage, by royal appointment.
Well, by the patrician's appointment.
That's good enough for me.
Do you know a lot about the kings of Ankh?
Oh, sure. The whole history of the monarchy.
How come?
Oh, hanging around palaces. You pick up that kind of thing.
What happened to the kings of Ankh?
Well, the real line came to an end about 2,000 years ago. And after that, we got 17 centuries of a monarchy where the crown was available to anyone with enough soldiers and a strong stomach.
That couldn't have been very stable.
Stable? Ha! Not many lines survived more than 2 or 3 generations. Some of them didn't even make it to the end of the coronation feast.
The shortest reign on record was that of Loyola the Arg at 1.13 seconds.
Can't have been much of a monarch.
That's nothing. For a week, Ankh-Morpork was technically ruled by a wasp. And for several days, by the left foot of the High Priest of Io, who dropped the crown on it during the crucial point of the ceremony.
The foot was one of the better rulers, apparently. Made good decisions.
Anyway, we're going to leave them for
See you
now.
around.
But
If you say so.
we will probably carry on talking to them next week and hopefully figure out something to do from there. Anyway, if you enjoyed what you saw, then please like and subscribe, and I will see you next week. Bye-bye.